Spatial disorientation, the inability of a pilot to correctly interpret the attitude, altitude, or airspeed of an aircraft relative to the Earth or other reference points, is an experience nearly all pilots have encountered.
Make an angle of a bank correction or a pitch correction, and you don't think you made it. You still feel like your wing's level. And you look down at your gyro and you're in an angled bank. That's the sudden realization that you have some form of spatial disorientation.
Statistics show that between 5 and 10% of all general aviation crashes are the result of spatial disorientation problems. Of those, 90% are fatal.
The pilots are essentially flying based on information from 3 sensory systems, the visual system being the most important, but also the vestibular system that gives them information about balance, and also information from the proprioceptive system, which gives them some information based on pressure of their body against the aircraft, so they in response to gravitational forces. When that is lined up with that front speaker, go ahead and pull the trigger. All right. Okay, and your trial will begin at that point.
At the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, researchers have come up with an innovative, practical, and affordable technology that gives pilots a near fail-safe way to combat spatial disorientation, called the auditory horizon.
Are you ready? Okay, begin your flight. So the pilot is flying the plane right now based on auditory cues that are giving him an idea of what the attitude of the aircraft is. So the sound is essentially moving around inside of the pilot's head, telling him where he needs to fly in order to get back to straight and level. As the pilot banks to his right, it appears as if it's coming from the left side of his head. That tells him he needs to bank back to the left. Similarly, when the pilot flies bank left with the right wing high, the sound will be loud in his right ear, telling him that he needs to bank back to the right. When the pilot pitches up, basically we are providing a low frequency emphasis in the sound to tell him to nose back down to get to straight and level. And similarly, when he's pitched down, we give him a high frequency emphasis in the sound to allow them to realize that they need to pitch back up.
At NASA's Langley Research Center, a working prototype of the auditory horizon has been installed in general aviation aircraft and extensively tested for eventual commercial release. The results are impressive.
We've had more than 15 pilots fly with this technology, and almost all of them told us that they would be willing to put their own money down to get this technology in their aircraft so they could use it when they were flying.
Pilots are listening to music anyway. All we're doing is we're turning the plane's entertainment system into an additional safety device for the pilots.
First, it's affordable. Most of the technology runs on a commercial Windows laptop, and in terms of putting it in the plane, it could be done for as little as a few $100s. Second of all, it's effective. We've run flight tests on this and shown that by using this technology, we can get pilots to reduce their errors in pitch perception by more than half, and their errors in roll perception by more than 90%. And finally, fundamentally, it has a lot of appeal to the general aviation pilot community.
As you've seen, Auditory Horizon is a non-invasive audio feature that can save lives. This technology was developed by the Air Force Research Laboratory's Human Effectiveness Directorate, which is now part of the 711th Human Performance Wing. My name is Jim Kearns, and I'm the Technology Transfer Manager for that organization. If you're interested in licensing the technology or would like to learn more about Auditory Horizon, please contact me, area code 937-255-3765.